Hello, this is our version of Rules for Homework. Homework is a learning activity which reinforces the lessons taught that day in class. It should gradually progress in length and complexity as our students mature. Let's briefly discuss the definition of homework. Homework is defined as any work planned or approved by the teacher to be completed by the student outside of the regular classroom without the immediate and direct supervision of the teacher. Let's break that definition down because it's very important. Homework is supposed to be work completed by the student, not by a parent or any other help. In order for it to be considered homework, it has to be done outside of the classroom. If it's done inside the classroom, then that would constitute classwork. Being that we need as much time as we can with our students, we always want to be able to give them extra practice at home. And then finally, it has to be done without the supervision of the teacher. And again, that goes back to the fact that homework is supposed to be used for a purpose. And here are those three purposes that we're discussing now. Here are the three types of homework. The first type of homework is practice, and that's probably the most common type of homework, where homework is assigned to reinforce those newly acquired skills or to apply to the recent learning. For example, let's say math homework. The math assignments would come home so that they could practice a little bit more. Preparation. This is a homework assignment that would be designed to prepare the students for whatever lesson is coming up. Let's say you would have them read an article that evening in order to be prepared to discuss it the next day. And then extension, which are your more research-based, long-term type of performance-based assignments. And when you think about homework, you have to think like piano practice or sports practice. We're giving them the skills in the classroom day, but they need to be able to practice those at home because it's important to get as much extra practice in on any skill, just like it be a math assignment or practicing a piano. We know there are only two ways to ultimately raise achievement: better instruction and more instruction. We certainly hope that we're giving the best instruction that we can at school, but school will always only be 8 hours a day. So we're hoping in order to get an extra bit of time by giving that homework so that they can practice a little bit at home, so that we can look and see how they're doing with that particular skill. Homework is meant to be reinforcing, and it's supposed to be diagnostic. So let's try to get that extra time at home by using the proper homework. Here are 6 homework rules. Rule number 1. We always want to make sure that when homework is given to a student, that it is corrected and shared with the student by the teacher. Again, homework is supposed to be reinforcing and diagnostic in nature. If we don't share the results with the students and we don't actually check it at all even ourselves, then it just becomes busy work. Number 2, homework has to be limited. It does not need to be a long process. Traditionally, we go with no more than 10 minutes per grade level. So a third grader should have about 30 minutes of classwork at home. You have to coordinate with the other grade levels because we want it to be no more than 30 minutes. So maybe reading would get 15 minutes of homework, math would give 15 minutes of homework for that total of 30 minutes. Rule number 3. We really should avoid those overly long, difficult assignments. Many times that just ends up having the student to get the parents to help them do the assignment, or it would make them want to copy from other people, or they just won't do it at all. There's no need for the overly difficult, arduous assignments. Number 4, Homework should never be graded in terms of a letter grade. It really should just be considered complete or incomplete. The value of homework, again, lies in reinforcing and diagnosing. Homework is not a formal assessment, so we have to remember not to grade them in terms of letters, because that defeats the true purpose of what homework is supposed to be. Number 5, we should never give homework as a punishment. Again, we need to reinforce with the students the importance of homework. And when we use it as something that's a punishment, then they see it as a punishment, and that's not the purpose of and the importance of homework. And finally, we will never give no homework passes or no homework rewards. That's rather unacceptable. Reason being is, again, because even though it sounds like we're giving the students a positive reward or a positive reinforcement, all that does is send the message that homework is not important, that I can earn my way out of homework. And that's just not the case, because homework is important. Without homework, we lose critical time that we could be gaining and reinforcing these skills. It gives us the opportunity to get some more diagnostics on the student in terms of that specific skill. It gives the parents an opportunity to be that home teacher and to work with their child. Homework is important, and these are the rules that we follow in order to make homework as effective as possible. Thank you very much.